In modern finance, Visa is one of the most influential companies, shaping how billions of people manage their money, pay for goods and services, and conduct transactions. However, Visa's rise to global prominence did not happen overnight. It was the result of innovative thinking, technological advancements, and a deep understanding of consumer behavior. This article delves into Visa's origins, how it started, and how it grew to dominate the world of payments. Visa's story begins in the 1950s when cash was king and checks were used for larger purchases. People needed to be more extensive in how they could conduct transactions, especially when traveling or making larger purchases. The financial industry saw an opportunity to bridge this gap and offer a new form of payment, the credit card. This revolutionary idea allowed consumers to borrow money instantly, make purchases, and repay their debt over time. The first credit card of its kind was introduced by a small group of financial innovators. However, the true catalyst came in 1958 when Bank of America, one of the largest financial institutions in the United States, launched a new product called the Bank AmeriCard. This card allowed customers to make purchases on credit at participating merchants and repay the amount in monthly installments. It was the precursor to what would eventually become Visa. The Bank AmeriCard program initially faced several challenges, particularly in managing fraud and operational inefficiencies. The card saw rapid growth in its first few years, but it was challenging. As more and more people began using the card, it became clear that a larger and more sophisticated infrastructure was needed to support the expansion. Bank of America took the lead, improving security, expanding merchant partnerships, and refining the technology behind the card. As the Bank AmeriCard program's success became evident, it was clear that the product had the potential to expand beyond one bank or country. In the late 1960s, Bank of America began licensing the card program to other banks in the US and abroad. This move was pivotal, as it allowed other financial institutions to issue their own versions of the card, while leveraging Bank of America's established infrastructure and systems. By the early 1970s, it was evident that the global potential of the Bank AmeriCard brand was enormous. To capitalize on this opportunity and to unify the different international card programs under one banner, the name Visa was introduced in 1976. The name Visa was chosen for its simplicity and because it could be easily recognized and pronounced in many languages. The rebranding reflected the company's goal of creating a truly global financial network. Visa's growth in the late 20th century was explosive. One key driver behind this growth was the company's decision to invest heavily in technological infrastructure. Visa understood early on that for the credit card system to work effectively on a global scale, it needed to build a robust and reliable system capable of processing millions of transactions in real time. One of the biggest breakthroughs came in 1973 with the introduction of the VisaNet system, the first electronic authorization, clearing, and settlement system for credit card transactions. This technology was a game changer. It allowed Visa to process transactions much faster and more securely than the old manual processes that involved carbon copy paper receipts and manual approvals. VisaNet ensured that transactions could be processed within seconds, a critical improvement as card usage expanded globally. In the 1980s and 1990s, Visa continued to lead the way in innovation. It introduced new technologies like chip cards and online banking integration, further solidifying its position as a leader in the global payments industry. The company also expanded into new markets, particularly in developing countries where credit and debit card usage was still in its infancy. Visa's ability to grow internationally was a significant factor in its dominance. As globalization picked up pace and more consumers began traveling and shopping across borders, the need for a reliable, globally accepted payment method became more important than ever. Visa's infrastructure allowed it to offer seamless, cross-border payment solutions, making it the preferred choice for millions of consumers and businesses. Visa has a unique business model. Unlike traditional banks or financial institutions, Visa does not issue cards or extend credit to consumers. Instead, it operates as a payment network, connecting cardholders, merchants, and financial institutions. This model allows Visa to focus on building and maintaining its vast network, while banks and other financial institutions handle customer accounts and issue cards. Visa makes money primarily through fees charged to banks and merchants for processing transactions on its network. These fees are relatively small on a per-transaction basis, but add up quickly due to the massive volume of transactions that Visa handles. Today, Visa processes over 500 million transactions per day, making it one of the largest financial networks in the world. This model has proven incredibly scalable. As Visa's network grows, so do the number of transactions, and thus the revenue from transaction fees. The company has also been able to build strong relationships with both banks and merchants, ensuring that its cards are widely accepted and that consumers have plenty of options when choosing a Visa card issuer. As Visa grew, it expanded into new regions, particularly in emerging markets. By the early 2000s, Visa had become the dominant payment network in North America, Europe, and many parts of Asia. However, the company also saw huge potential in Latin America, Africa, and other regions where credit card usage was still relatively low. In many of these markets, Visa worked closely with local governments and financial institutions to promote financial inclusion and encourage more people to adopt electronic payments. This strategy paid off, as millions of consumers in emerging markets began using Visa cards for the first time. Visa's global reach continued to grow, and today, its network spans more than 200 countries and territories. The 21st century brought new challenges and opportunities for Visa. As digital payments became more popular and e-commerce grew exponentially, Visa had to adapt its systems to meet the needs of online consumers. The company invested heavily in cybersecurity and fraud prevention technologies, ensuring that its network remained secure as more transactions shifted online. Visa has embraced mobile payments by partnering with companies like Apple, Google, and Samsung to integrate Visa cards into digital wallets. This move has allowed consumers to make contactless payments with their smartphones and other devices, thereby expanding Visa's reach in the digital age. Another key focus for Visa in recent years has been the rise of fintech companies and digital currencies. While some fintech startups initially posed a threat to traditional payment networks, Visa has taken a collaborative approach by partnering with many of these companies to integrate Visa's payment systems into their platforms. This strategy has allowed Visa to remain at the forefront of innovation while continuing to expand its global footprint. Like any major corporation, Visa has faced challenges and controversies. One of the biggest criticisms leveled at Visa is its fee structure, particularly the fees charged to merchants for processing transactions. Many small businesses have argued that these fees are too high and disproportionately affect smaller merchants who cannot negotiate lower rates. Visa has also faced regulatory scrutiny in various countries, particularly in Europe, where regulators have imposed limits on the interchange fees that Visa can charge. Despite these challenges, Visa has managed to maintain its dominant position in the global payments industry by continuing to innovate and expand its network. From its humble beginnings as a small credit card program at Bank of America to its current status as a global payments powerhouse, Visa's journey is a testament to the power of innovation, adaptability, and vision. By focusing on building a robust, scalable network and embracing technological advancements, Visa has been able to stay ahead of the curve and dominate the world of payments for decades. Today, Visa is not just a credit card company. It is a global financial network that connects billions of people, businesses, and financial institutions across the globe. As the world continues to move toward a cashless future, Visa's role in shaping that future is likely to remain as significant as ever. Subscribe for more videos. Thank you.